Hey guys, we're back with SubaHibi. Last time I think we had a beach episode. Yeah, I was talking about like finishing the game last weekend, but I got like, well, not super sick, just a little sick. I didn't want to record too much while sick, so I did record a Schrodinger's call, which you should go check out. It's kind of interesting. It just came out. It had a simultaneous release in Japan and English. What, a week ago now? About. Anyway, I mean, by the time you see this, will have been out for like probably a month. Hasuki? What's wrong? It'd be cool if they recreated that one CG with Minakami too. I don't really care. I guess it would be like more wholesome if Minakami wasn't there. Huh? Weren't you sleeping with Grandma? What for? Oh, I guess a hero wouldn't mind. Alright, I'll go get another futon. Okay, I'll go get another futon so I can sleep with that one then. My futon? Well, I guess I don't mind. There'll be more room if we get another though. Huh? I don't get it. Alright, come here. Hasuki squeezed into my futon. See, this would be like a nice, sweet scene if, Jabberwocky 1 Hasuki route didn't exist. What's that? It's thought she was holding something. Hasuki opened her hand, showing me the two small rabbit dolls in her hand. They look like something you'd put on your phone. Do you always carry those around? Wait. What year does this take place? This is, well... No, I guess it's like... Yeah, this would have been flip phone era. Okay. It's 7 or 9 years before 2012. Yeah, okay. You're good. That's why they're dark black, I guess. Wow. Dad bought them, huh? That's how you know he's evil. That sure sounds like him. He really gets on my nerves. If I'd been there, I would have hit him right on the nose for that. Well, I guess if you don't mind. 2 dolls. Twin dolls, given to the twins Takuji and Hasuki. That sounds like something Dad would think of. But Takuji didn't want his. Of course not. He resents the fact that he has a twin sister. Of course he'd throw away his doll. It's nothing. Is twins being bad luck? Is that like in Shintoism? I remember that's a thing in Higurashi, right? So I'm wondering, twins being bad luck, Japan. / ask a Japanese. Never heard of it in my life. In the early Edo period, they were seen as a burden when the practice of mabiki was still practiced. Also in Japanese folklore. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the folklore. That's good to hear. Yeah, she's a nice girl. She's a bit violent, though. That's just because you don't know her. She can be nice, but she's actually really mean. My life here in the country with Hasuki is only supposed to last for the summer. Once summer break is over, Hasuki will return to Tokyo. Dad will get out of the hospital, and life will return to normal. That was the plan. Until we heard the news. Dad dead. Summer day, the end of summer. See, I told you guys last episode. The end of summer. Hasuki and I had been called to visit our father in the hospital in Tokyo. All we were told beforehand was that he was going in for a routine checkup, but when we got there, we were greeted by the sign of him wasting away, hooked up to tubes and strange medical devices. Hasuki was reduced to simply clutching his hand, bawling her eyes out all the while. I couldn't do anything more than simply stand and watch. Takuji and his mother strode off to the side, their faces little more than expressionless masks. Outside, summer was drawing to a close, the sun quietly blazing away as it prepared for autumn. Inside, our father quietly drew his last breath. I couldn't help but wonder, did he know things were going to end up like this? Maybe that's why he sent Horsey to live with us in the first place. Not long thereafter, they read us his will. I was still young at the time, and moreover, still numb for what had just happened. All the technical stuff they told us about dividing up his estate or whatever just went in one ear and out the other. But one thing came through loud and clear. Tomo-sane, I want you to take care of Horsey. That's the last message I received from my father. I found myself staring at the window, gazing at the fading summer scenery. The blazing sun gave no indication that autumn would soon be upon us. A distant wall of rain clouds caught my eye as I idly scanned through the landscape. Those clouds were probably raining down on a fertile field. There are probably more important things to be worrying about as I sat there in that cold room, my father's motionless body lying in front of my eyes, but for the life of me, none of them came to mind. Horsey never really stopped crying that day. I just stood there next to her, at a loss. I finally realized how much time had passed when the light filtering in through the windows faded to sunset's crimson. Roused from my reverie, I turned to find Takuji and his mother nowhere in sight. In their place stood our grandmother. She told me plainly that our father's ceremony would be carried out at the Mamiya house. In other words, in Sawayamura. Apparently that was upon our mother's request. I couldn't help but wonder just how low she could sink. Her own husband had died, and she was just passing the ceremony off to his relatives out in the country? Did she just feel absolutely no sense of responsibility for anything? At that moment, I could feel nothing but anger directed at her. The rest of my emotions lay uncannily silent, as if it was nothing else mattered. Horsey and I were told to return to Sawayamura ahead of everyone else, in a car waiting outside. Horsey refused to budge at first, tears still welling up in her eyes. Hoping to assuage her in some way, our grandmother leaned down and spoke to her softly. Your father's soul isn't in the hospital anymore, Horsey. He's gonna travel back home to Sawayamura with you two. Sure, I can't wait to get back. Be a good girl and head on home so we can leave you too, okay? Horsey seemed to accept it after that. As for me, well, regardless of where our father's soul had gone, I don't think it'd be returning to Sawayamura with us. I just refuse to believe that. And actually, there's a fourth soul in your body. It's your dad. This time, our grandmother leaned in towards me. She spoke to me in the same tone she'd used with Horsey. One day you'll understand, Tomo-sane.
Okaeri, Tomo-sane. Hazaki-chan. Yuki-chan.
Ah! Horsey jump scare! Horsey buried herself in Yukine's chest, tears streaming down her face. I just stood and watched. Yukine cast me a gentle smile as she rubbed Horsey on the head. As soon as I caught sight of that smile, I just couldn't fight it back any longer. I couldn't make out anything about my own sobs. But spent weeping pathetically, all I could hear at the time was my own gasping. I buried myself in Yukine's arms and gave myself over to the tidal wave of emotion rushing through me. Just a moment ago, I hadn't felt anything but anger towards my mother. Right then it felt like my heart was about to break from grief. I simply cried. Yukine said nothing, she just held us tight. Gave up trying to think about what was happening. I simply cried. Yukine kept holding us, a sad smile upon her lips. The tears just wouldn't stop coming. We stood there in her embrace, crying for what felt like years. Summer faded away around us. The piercing light of midday vanished like a candle in the wind. The fresh night air felt oddly soothing. We finally headed inside sometime later. That night, Horsey couldn't get to sleep. She kept coming to me, asking where our father had gone. Grandma told us he was here, so why can't we see him? I told her that he was up there in the sky now. Oh, isn't this like the thing with like the hills? But there's a place called heaven up there above the clouds, that he had gone up there. Horsey never did stop crying. She cried all through the night. Hey, Okay, so that's the end of the episode, guys. Beyond the Sunflowers. I was like, part of me does want to just cut and like come back later. Like, that makes me not feeling like, well, like I'm feeling a lot better, but like, you know, not 100%. I'm just like, I'm sick of the flashback. Like, depending on how post flashback goes, like, this might just, Jabberwocky 2 might be my least favorite chapter. Like, obviously we have the climax left, but like, I don't know, like, the Ayana fight seems to feel so far away right now. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut it and come back in a little bit. Hey, what's up, guys? Now we're gonna try to finish it. I was just not feeling good yesterday. Maybe it's the sickness leaving my body, hopefully. Well, I've still got a bad cough, actually. So maybe not that. I finished the Tamaguchi offering. Tamaguchi. A ritual offering performed during the overnight vigil in the Shinto tradition. And now that I say that, like, now my throat's like, don't talk. Hold on. Then I noticed for the first time that Hosky wasn't there. Hey, Yukine? Have you seen Hosky? Pretty sure she was here, but after I offered the Tamaguchi, she was gone. I already checked the bathroom in the house, but she wasn't there. Yukine quickly ran off to search around the house. I searched the area around the house too, looking in every place I could think of. No, I didn't. I asked some other people too. Yo, it's him! I don't know, he doesn't look great without the Chinese dress. Is that his navel? Is that his belly button? That's too lewd, dude. Tomosade, did you say Hasaki-chan is gone? Master, she's not in the house? I would check the cupboards and drawers. Why would she run off at this time? I don't know. I think she was here before I offered the Tamaguchi, but then I turned around and she was gone. Sure, of course. I'll go ask everyone that isn't busy. The water? You gotta go look for the Hill of Sunflowers. I'll go look over by the beach. I'll leave it up to you. This gives me big Hinamizawa vibes. I guess it's just every rural Japanese village, isn't it? Actually, I wonder. Let's see if SubaHibi Sawaimura village model, real life. Yeah. Oh, there's a thread about it on Such Art Visual Novels. And a blog post. That's the city. No. Oh, you know, I didn't even look at the image they're asking about. Yeah, that's the city it takes place in, not the small town. I don't know. It's just, I think Hatsuki said something weird earlier. Because didn't Karino Shoujo model like their rural town off the one Hinamizawa was? I don't know the name of it. There's a road behind the school, right? She asked what was down that road. There's a field of sunflowers on the hill. It'd be pretty hard for Hosky to get out there on foot. But Hosky was always asking what was out there on the other side of the sunflowers. She liked to imagine that there's something out there. Yeah, that's why she might be in trouble. It's getting late. Hasaki! I searched the field of sunflowers with Yukine. Maybe she kept going down this road. Why? I'm not a kid. Hey, Yukine! Just like that, she ran off down the road. Dang it. To be honest, I can't run nearly as fast as her. Even if I ran after her, I couldn't catch her. I had nothing to do but look around the sunflower field. Hasaki! The sunflowers are even taller than I was. My voice is drowned out in the thick vegetation. No matter how much I yelled, my words were simply swallowed up by the sunflowers. Dang it, she probably wouldn't hear me if she was here. I kept yelling out in the field of sunflowers, but I wasn't accomplishing anything. Eventually, I just searched the top of the hill instead. Figured my voice would carry further if I went to the peak. I showed. Oh, that's what I got a comment earlier saying peak is incoming. That's what it's talking about. Because I was like, but which Dream Little Jabberwocky 2 aren't really that good so far. But no, that's the peak. I showed up on a high place where I could look over the entire field. As I was about to call out Hosky's name again. Huh? Once I could see over the entire field of sunflowers, I noticed something for the first time. Is that a road? Over on the far side of the field, there's some kind of trail. The trail led up to the main mountain road. There's another path over there. The sunflowers are so tall I didn't even notice. Yukine told me to wait, but I couldn't keep that promise. There's another road that Yukine didn't go down. It's possible that Hosky actually went down this road. How'd she find it if she's like 2 feet tall? So I cut through the field of sunflowers and ran up the steep road. Breathing. I had no idea where the road would lead. On the other side of the monstrous blooming sunflower. No, hold on. I muted the. Yeah, okay. I was watching what's it? The Game Awards. Yeah, no. The Summer Game Fest, right? Guild Wars 3 got announced, which is pretty cool. No Persona announcement though. Anyway, that road led into the darkness itself, like something from beyond the pale of our own familiar world. If Hosky took my words literally, Dad's soul is far away in the sky. He made his journey to a place called heaven. If she took those words literally, she'd want to follow this path to its end. A path through the proud sunflowers into the heart of nature's darkness, like a path to connect the realms of life and death. If there's any place that Hosky would imagine her father's soul taking up its final residence, it'd be this place, beyond the hill of sunflowers. That's why I ran. I ran up the steep hill with all my might. I ran headlong into the night. I saw a light before me. It was like we were coming out upon the world's exterior. The 7? A world of deep blue. Brilliant, shining stars were woven into the tapestry. I don't see any stars. I've never seen such a night sky. It looked like the sky was falling. What's this? I was taken aback by the sheer number of stars. The starry night sky was always a beautiful sight in this village. But in the 3 years I've lived here, I've never seen such a beautiful sky. It was like...
魂が飛んでるんだよね。
How do you read my mind? Hasaki!
お兄さん。
Ah! Barely caught Hasaki before she fell. She's totally covered in mud. She probably stumbled and fell when she was climbing up here. She was obviously so tired she could hardly stand.
ねえ、このどれかがお父さんの魂なんだよね。でも、葉崎の身長じゃお父さんの魂に届かないよ。
You dummy. Doesn't matter how tall you are. No one could reach Dad's soul just by reaching up.
こんな近くまで来たのに。
Doesn't matter. You can't reach Dad anymore.
世界の果てまで来たのに。
A sky full of stars that seemed to rain down upon our heads. I wasn't really surprised that Hosky would think it was the edge of the world. But this could have been the edge of the world. Hosky started to cry.
ここは世界の果てじゃないんだよね。とも兄さん。お父さんの魂はここにはないんだよね。
Hosky cried into my chest. I just held her and tried to comfort her.
世界の果てはないんだよね。だって。
Hosky pointed with her finger, but she didn't point towards SubaHibi. It's another village, just like SubaHibi, lit up with lights of human life. There's another village out there, and after that a bigger town. No matter how far she walked, she'd always find something else out there. No matter how far she tried to journey into the unknown, she could never reach the place where her father's soul would come to rest. It was the first time Hosky was forced to face the truth. The truth of her father's death. The true meaning of the word. I held Husky close. I want to screenshot that. Let's go back. Everyone is worried about you.
みんなが
Yeah, they really are. Everyone in the village is probably looking for you by now. You just disappeared on us, you know?
大騒ぎ
Yeah, if Dad knew you were out alone at night like this, he'd have to scold you.
ごめんなさい
You dummy. Just don't do it again. Come on. I squatted down and gave Husky my back. I'll carry you. You can't walk, can you?
そんなこと
I just watched you fall a second ago. Hurry up and get on already. Oh,
ごめんな
CG.
さい
What for?
心配させて
Yeah, no kidding.
でもなんでとも兄さんあさきのいる場所わかったの
Huh? How? Sorry, not huh? Are you stupid?
なんで
I told you, I'm your hero. What kind of hero would I be if I didn't come rescue you when you're in trouble?
とも兄さん
He's so cool. If only he didn't look like that. If he didn't look like Takuji, he'd be cool. Heroes have to know things like that.
そうなんだ
So of course I knew where you were.
あのさとも兄さんこれ
What? Isn't this your rabbit doll?
片方あげる
Really? Won't the other one get lonely?
この子にはあさきがいるから大丈夫
That's silly. Alright, in that case, there's that rabbit in the store window, right? I'll buy that for you.
あの店って
You know, the one you saw when we were in Jasco. The great big rabbit in the window.
若槻商店のうさぎのぬいぐるみ
Oh! You still remember the store name, too?
若槻商店の子だったあのうさぎは
Oh, really? In that case, I'll buy the rabbit from that store for you.
でも高いよ
Are you dumb? Don't underestimate me. My bank account is worth more than most countries' entire GDP. Wow, really?
本当
Yeah, really. So don't worry about it. Hey, Tomo-san, can I get a loan?
もし本当だったらこっちのうさぎもたま兄さんにあげる
Huh? Both of them?
そしたら寂しがらないよその子も
You think?
さっきたま兄さんがくれたこと双子になるだからこのうさぎの双子はたま兄さんが預かってて
Are you sure? Are, are those Kagami and Tsukasa and they're actually real somehow? Then Husky went quiet. I realized she'd fallen asleep. She was obviously tired. But still, I told her I was her hero, but the truth is, it's just dumb luck that I found her. Maybe it really was Dad leading her to me. They say a person's soul can stay on Earth for a while before leaving for heaven. In that case, Dad, I hope you're listening. I'm gonna hold a grudge against you, Dad, because you're always too nice to people. That's why this happened. So now that you're dead, just look after Hasuki. You just need to protect Hasuki. I'm not asking anything else. Just watch over her, so she can be happy. Please, Dad. A starry sky, so full of stars that they could rain down upon our heads at any moment, lit above us. I stood under just such a starry sky as I uttered the last words I'd ever say to my father. And yeah, well, that's like the worst. Hold on, the last video was 10 minutes, right? Hold on. Oh, it's 2 video. Oh, I better cut. Yeah, 10 minutes. Okay. I mean, I don't want to do like another 20-30 minutes today, so I guess I'll call it there. Like, look, progress is progress, okay? No matter how slow it is. Like, I'm getting there. Like, I don't like Jabberwocky 2 though. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Obviously, the ending, I believe, is in Jabberwocky 2. So that could save it. But as of right now, I like Rabbit Hole 1 more. I know. Sacrilegious to say such a thing, but look, there's time to save itself. Just end the flashback soon. Show us, you know, evil baby Takuji. Have him do his thing, and then give us the cool eye in a fight. That's all it's got to do. That's all it's got to do. I'll see you guys next time.